continued working on this art, and you're more than welcome to paint along, find maybe area that works for you or that you can apply to your art. And yeah, this is just about communication. So, to all artists out there, get your pencil, get your brushes, get your paint, and let's work. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not contouring it. I'm just finding a very strong shadow that's wrapping around it. This area is a little bit still damped, so I'm not getting the strong line that I'm trying to get. So again, just moving along, very thin line. Okay, it's appearing and disappearing. The weight of the line need to be different. And I almost don't have any water, it's just pigment. This is why it's so opaque and also so thin. You would see that if your brush is very dry, you would get very thin line, and many times this is what you want. I mean, you can use the sides and get different shape, different width, but mainly it really helps you to create those very fine lines. Want to have some lost edges over here. The shadow would create those very dark moments. And here I want some sharp, nice. Oh, but this is too much. You see how it's become a contour? No, 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 we can't do that. So what I'm gonna do is just push a little bit from this, and all of a sudden, instead of contour, it's becoming like a shadow wrapping. Contour would make your art very, very dry. Hi, good morning. I'm Art by Elldor. I'm a watercolor artist. I do different subject matter. This time it's a pelican. I mostly do fan art and illustration. So my regular art would be something. I do a lot of fan art and some tutorials that involve really focusing on some elements. So this is what we do here. Now, for this art, you would think that this art is about the pelican, but this art is about value. I wanted to push him inside, going from the dark to the dark, from the light. So this is urban meets wildlife. This is my interpretation or my view. This scene is from Dory Market at Newport Beach, California. My favorite beach. I really, really love going there. Hi, hi, hi. Yeah, I make those. Thank you, Miala. Thank you. Hi, Patrick. Good morning. Hi, Sigal. Sigal, are you from TikTok? Run away from the humans. Missing you as well. Thank you, Who That Gaming. Appreciate that. Yeah, so normally I used to go live at TikTok, and I have no idea what happened. The last week, nobody show up to my live. I have a party of one, and it's me. And I don't know, I don't like talking to myself. I mean, I am talking to myself during live, but at least there are people that listening, so it's not completely to myself. So it's nice to see you, and I don't know, maybe YouTube would work better or even best. Who knows? So thank you for all the familiar faces that follow me from TikTok here. When it was bought, I tried, but I couldn't find different platform. Yeah, OGC girls. I thought that this were you. So yeah, thank you for being here. It was a little bit frustrating to do those live at the last few days. I'm just using Jelly Roll because I can't find my marker. I prefer using acrylic marker, but Jelly Roll would work right now, for especially if I need very fine. So thank you, people, for joining here. If you haven't followed me yet, please do so. And I don't know, I think maybe I would just push to do. I think that YouTube is better platform for artists. I know that I watch more artists here on YouTube. So getting some of, you see how we get so much more texture, because what I'm painting right now with the white is the area that the light really hits the white part. Now over here, I think I already have the tip, but hey, why not? Let's say that over here we have a wet area. I think I exaggerated, but it's okay. Now let's see the legs. I want to have some, because it's wet, we would get pure white every now and then. Okay, I need my acrylic marker. Where did it go? Where did it go? I think this is dry, but let's try this one. Oh, I found it. So in TikTok, you hit the like crazy. Here you can only do one like per live, right? Okay, and I'm smudging it because I don't want the line to be too strong. Here, I want area that shimmering almost. And thank you so much, Who That Gaming. How are you doing? Okay, now this I'm gonna leave as is because I wanted to have um, those edges that getting very blurry. But let's say that we want to have something here, and let's get just a little bit of, just a bit. Um, I'm debating with myself about the amount of white that I want to add, because I think it's look wet, but not as wet as I want it to be. And yeah, so debating. While I'm debating with myself, I'm gonna add more dark. So you see how dark it is, especially comparing to my regular art. I usually don't go that dark, that opaque, but lately I had an epic accident of going very, very dark in one of my art, and now this is what I want to do. Like I see the drama that the contrast creating, and I want to go. So this is where I went dark. Even here, I didn't went dark enough. I can go darker, like here. Okay, and look how the focal point is just coming to life when you do that. So this is what I want to be focused on. And it's funny because every time someone is asking for tutorials, or I get requests from people that want more of like a critique or help, and my reply is, okay, spark the value, push the value, and eventually I don't do it myself, which I should. Okay, you see how vibrant color look the moment that you apply it when still have a lot of water? You want to wait until it's dry before you figure out the relationship between value, because it's going to change tremendously. Um, Hi, the Havoc family. Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining. Now, I'm not creating color block. I just want to have some areas that are darker, and then the white would look white there. So the way to create highlights is just emphasize the dark. And we're gonna have a light because we have a reflection from some water. So Dory Market always has some water on the ground because, you know, it's a fish market. I don't know if you know. This is why the pelican is there. And it's a good thing that they keep washing it. Very good thing. Okay, more texture. Okay, now here, I want it to be very loose. Okay, in no way I want the present of the net without the weight of it. So the idea is making something very airy that wouldn't take from the focal point, but still would make a statement. Okay, so it's coming in and out of focus in some areas. Some areas are completely blurry. Think about your camera, how when you focus on something, you can have this effect. So yeah, we're creating this effect. Now, I want to have some very dark or relatively dark connection point in some areas, because that's what happened when the nets whole meeting each other, the strings in the net. It need to look very ragged. So I have an area over here that is very developed, and I don't want other area to be that developed, but we do need a little bit more balance. So again, some very soft lines. Just the present without making it too obvious. I have 5 more minutes. And I think that here in TikTok, live are available to watch after. So you would have the option to do that. And planning to do like a fast forward process. Maybe. I'm not good with actually follow through with a lot of the posts. Where did everybody go? Maybe it was something we said. And again, lost edges, getting a lot of opportunity to do so. The bigs still look a little bit flat to me. I think in some area we need a little bit more contrast. But we still need the variation of color. Aye. Okay, get some shadow here, maybe a little bit more structure. What's going on? Where did I get all those? I think they have too much water. Let's remove the water and just get pigment. Okay, a lot of loose end. Okay, I don't want to do a very clean net. So you would feel a lot of movement in the net comparing to a very still wildlife. So is focus, very focus on the urban environment because this is how we get fish. And the net become the live part. Too much repetition over here. I'm gonna change it. Every place you see it become too symmetric, you wanna change it. Okay, so we have the man-made part that it's organic and flowy, and of course the pelican itself, the wildlife, would be the same. I think here we have a gap that is too big. Um, I try to explain my process during live, but I can tell you the truth. There is a reason why I don't do the same art again, and it's because when I paint, I go to a very special place in my head, and most of my decision and the process and everything is coming from a lot of subconscious. Uh, so I'm assuming in one way I do know what I'm doing, but on the other end, not really. It's just my mind is choosing for me. Because there is a lot of areas that I'm here and I'm thinking, okay, so how did I accomplish it that I like? Because I want to do it again, and I'm not sure. It's like someone else did it. Don't want to overwork it. So here we have both shadow and some of the weather. Okay, I think that's it for today. So thank you for joining, whoever joined. Hopefully you watch it later, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.